Green railway station, once a bustling hub of activity filled with the sounds of arriving and departing trains, the chatter of passengers, and the hustle of porters. Now a skeleton of iron and glass, silent under the moon. The echoes of its past life seem to linger in the air, a haunting reminder of what once was. Closed for decades, it stood on the edge of town, a forgotten relic. The tracks, once polished and gleaming, are now rusted and overgrown with weeds. A monument to forgotten journeys, to the countless stories that began and ended here. The station is a silent witness to the passage of time. Some say the journeys never ended, that the spirits of those who once traveled through here still linger, unable to move on, not for all. The station opened in 1888, a marvel of the Victorian age. The grandeur of the Victorian age, now faded, decaying. The once majestic architecture now crumbling, overtaken by nature. It saw countless passengers come and go, families reunited, lovers parted, and dreams set in motion. Then the accident happened. A train derailed, screams swallowed by the night. The station closed, its doors forever shut to the world. Some say the screams never stopped, that on quiet nights you can still hear the echoes of that tragic night. Whispers began. Locals spoke of seeing flickering lights within the station, as if the past was trying to break through to the present. Shadows moving in the shattered windows. The stories spread, attracting those seeking the truth, or those seeking fear itself. Green railway station became a place of whispers and shadows. The station, once a symbol of progress and connection, now stands as a testament to the passage of time and the mysteries that linger in its wake. The stories spread, attracting those seeking the truth, or those seeking fear itself. Green railway station became a place of whispers and shadows, a place where the past and present seem to intertwine, where the echoes of history refuse to fade away. They came at night, drawn to the silence of the station, curiosity, or perhaps something more in their eyes. They would stand across the street, watching, waiting. They never stayed long. Footsteps echoed in the stillness, a rhythmic clang, like a train signal, cut through the night, then silence, heavier, more profound. The witnesses would leave, faces pale, touched by something unseen. The stories spread, some dismissed them, ghost stories, nothing more. Others listened with a shiver. They knew, deep down, that some places held memories, and some memories refused to die. Green railway station pulsed with them, a symphony of whispers carried on the wind, a warning perhaps, or an invitation. Rehan scoffed at the stories. He found them amusing, almost laughable. As a journalist, he dealt in facts, not fantasy. Ghosts? Nonsense, he thought. His job was to uncover the truth, not to entertain myths. He'd seen the pictures, heard the tales, all explainable, he believed. Every story had a logical conclusion, a rational explanation. He was determined to prove it. He wanted to show everyone that there was nothing to fear. He'd faced down corrupt officials, exposed lies. Ghosts were different, but he was ready for the challenge. They were the whispers of the deluded, the tales of the superstitious. He had no time for such nonsense. He wouldn't be swayed by superstition. His mind was set on uncovering the truth. He requested permission to spend a night at the station, alone. The authorities were reluctant, their faces showing concern. The place had a bad reputation. Rehan persisted. He argued his case passionately. Finally, they agreed. They handed him the keys, a warning in their eyes. They told him to be cautious. "Be careful," the old caretaker said. Rehan just smiled. He would be. He was confident in his abilities. He didn't believe in ghosts. He believed in evidence, in facts. He believed in the truth, and he was determined to uncover it no matter what. And he was going to find it, locked in the heart of Green Railway Station. This was his mission, his quest for the truth. Section 4. A Night in the Belly of the Beast. The air inside was cold, stale, and carried a sense of foreboding. It felt as if the walls themselves were whispering secrets of the past. Dust motes danced in the moonlight, filtering through grimy windows, creating an almost ethereal glow in the otherwise dark and desolate space. Rehan shivered, pulling his coat tighter around him, trying to ward off the biting cold that seemed to seep into his very bones. He set up his camera and recorder on a dusty old table. The silence pressed in on him, almost tangible. He began to explore the station, each step filled with trepidation. Each footstep echoed in the vast emptiness, amplifying the sense of isolation. The sound seemed to bounce off the walls, returning to him like a ghostly whisper. The waiting room, once filled with travelers and the hustle and bustle of daily life, now housed only shadows and memories. He walked the platform, feeling the weight of history around him. He imagined the hiss of steam, the rumble of an approaching train, and the distant echoes of conversations long past. The platform seemed to hold its breath, waiting for something that would never come. A sudden clang made him jump, his heart racing. The sound shattered the silence, leaving him on edge. It was just a loose sheet of metal swaying in the wind, but in the stillness of the night it sounded like a thunderclap. He laughed at his own fear, a nervous chuckle that did little to calm his nerves. He checked his watch. Midnight. The witching hour, when the veil between worlds is thinnest. He felt a prickle on the back of his neck, a sensation that made his skin crawl. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched, that unseen eyes were following his every move. Section 5, the suitcase. He found it tucked under a bench, a leather suitcase, worn but sturdy. He knelt, his hand hovering over the clasp. Hesitation, a sense of wrongness. He opened it.